What's going on, guys? My name's Darktimer, and welcome back to Doki Doki Literature Club. Something's different today, isn't it? I wonder what it is. I'm wearing glasses. My broke-ass glasses. Which electrical tape is here? Electrical tape is here. To hold them together. But anyways, I'm sorry, today's video is also going to be about 35-ish minutes because I'm a procrastinator. I was going to record everything over the weekend, but I couldn't pull myself away from the Dragon Age franchise. I've been replaying those games, and I've been just, like, dug in like a tick. I had to pull myself away from it so I can record this video for you guys. My friend Jerry is telling me that things are about to get really interesting in this game, so without further ado, let's continue. When we last left off, we kind of broke Sayori's heart and told her that she's only a friend. We're going to be her best friend ever, instead of loving her. A little savage, but hey. It's the day of the festival. Of all days, I expected this to be the one where I'd be walking to school with Sayori, but Sayori isn't answering her phone. I considered going to her house to wake her up, but I decided that's a little too much. Meanwhile, the preparations for the event should be nearly complete. The banner Yuri and I painted is dry, and I gently rolled it up to take it with me. She sent me a pleasant text reminding me not to forget anything, and I reassured her. Funnily enough, I probably feel the same way about Natsuki about the event. I'm more excited for it to be over so I can spend time with Sayori and Yuri at the festival. But knowing Monica, I'm sure the event will be great too. Darktimer, you're the first one here. Thanks for being early. That's funny. I thought at least Yuri would be here by now. Monica's placing little booklets on each of the desks in the classroom. They must be the ones she prepared that have all the poems we were performing. Wow, okay, I went cross-eyed on that one. In the end, I found a random poem online and I thought Monica would like, and I submitted it. So that's the one I'll be performing. I'm surprised you didn't bring Sayori with you. Yeah, she overslept again, that dummy. You think that on days this important she'd try a little harder. I say that, but I suddenly remember that what Sayori told me yesterday, and I suddenly feel awful knowing it's not nearly that simple for her. I only said it because it's the way I'm used to thinking, but maybe I should have gone to wake her up after all? You should take a little responsibility for her, Darktimer. I mean, especially after your exchange with her yesterday. You kinda left her hanging this morning, you know? Exchange? Monica, you know about that? Of course I do. I'm the club president after all. But, I stammer, embarrassed. Did Sayori tell you, really tell her about it that quickly? About how I basically turned down her confession? That makes me seem like a really bad guy here. But I'm the one who knows what's best for her, right? Jeez. You don't know the full story at all, so don't worry. I probably know a lot more than you think. Monica's being as friendly as usual, but for some reason I felt a chill go down my spine after hearing that. You want to check out the pamphlets? They came out really nice. Yeah, sure. I grabbed one of the pamphlets and laid it out on the desk. Oh yeah, they really did. Something like this will definitely help people take the club more seriously. Yeah, I thought so too. I flipped through the pages. Each member's poem is neatly printed on its own page, giving it an almost professional feel. I recognized Natsuki and Yuri's poem from the ones they performed during our practice. What's this? I flipped to Sayori's poem. It's different from the one she practiced. It's one that I haven't read before. Get out of my head, 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 get out of my head. Oh my god, okay, little on the creepy side. Get out of my head before I do what I know is best for you. Get out of my head before I listen to everything she said to me. Get out of my head before I show you how much I love you. Get out of my head before I finish writing this poem. A poem is never actually finished. It just stops moving. Okay, that's... dark. What is this? Reading the poem, I get a pit in my stomach. Darktimer? What's wrong? Nothing. This poem feels completely different from everything else Sayori's written, but more than that. I changed my mind. I'm going to get Sayori, so... well, alright. Try not to take too long, okay? I quickly leave the classroom. Don't strain yourself, Monica calls that out after me. I quickened my pace. What was I thinking? I should have tried a little bit harder for Sayori. It's not a big deal to at least wait for her to help her wake up. Even a simple gesture of walking her to school makes her really happy. Besides, I told her yesterday that things are going to be the same as they always have been. That all she needs and what I want to give her. I reach Sayori's house and knock on the door. I don't expect an answer since she's not picking up her phone either. Like yesterday, I opened the door and let myself in. Sayori? She's a really heavy sleeper. I swallow. I can't believe I ended up doing this after all. Waking her up in her own house. Isn't that more like something a boyfriend would do? In any case, it just feels right. Outside Sayori's room, I knock on her door. Sayori, wake up, dummy. There's no response. I really didn't want to have to enter her room like this, but it's kind of isn't it kind of a breach of privacy? But she really leaves me no choice. I gently open the door. Ah, fucking figured. Exception has occurred. File game script. See traceback text for details. What the hell? What the hell? Is this a nightmare? It has to be. I'm not gonna lie, that noise startled me. This isn't real. There's no way this can be real. Sayori wouldn't do this. Everything was normal up until just a few days ago. That's why I can't believe what my eyes are showing me. I suppressed the urge to vomit. Just yesterday, I told Sayori I would be there for her. I told her I know what's best and that everything will be okay. Then why? Why would she do this? How could I be so helpless? What did I do wrong? Turning down her confession, that has to have been what pushed her over the edge. Her agonized scream still echoes in my ears. Why did I do that to her when she needed me the most? Why was I so selfish? This is my fault. My swarming thoughts keep telling me everything I could have done to prevent this. If I just spent more time with her, walked her to school, and gave her what I know she wanted out of our relationship, then I could have prevented this. I know I could have prevented this. Screw the literature club. Screw the festival. I just lost my best friend. Someone I grew up with. She's gone forever now. Nothing I do can bring her back. This isn't some game where I can reset and try something different. I only had one chance and I wasn't careful enough. Now I'll carry this guilt with me until I die. Nothing in my life is worth more than hers. But I still couldn't do what she needed from me, and now I can never take it back. Never, 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 never. End. What the fuck? I see an annoying girl running towards me from the distance, waving her arms. What the fuck is going on? That girl is my neighbor and a good friend since we were children. You know the kind of friend you have. She's known each other for so long. Okay, this is just the start of the very. What the fuck? We used to walk. Was she just erased out of existence? We used to walk to school together on days like this, but starting around high school, she wanted to oversleep more and more frequently, and I get tired of waiting up. But if she's going to chase after me like this, I almost feel better off running away. However, I just sigh and idle up in front of the crosswalk and just let her catch up to me. An ordinary school day like any other. Mornings are usually the worst. Being surrounded by couples and friends. Okay. School alone. Myself. Always tell myself it's about time I meet some girls or something like that. But I have no motivation to join any clubs. I'm perfectly content just getting on by the average while spending my free time on games and anime. There's always the anime club, but it's not like there'd be any girls in it anyway. School days is ordinary as ever, but it's over before I know it. After I pack up my things, I stare blankly at the wall, looking for an ounce of motivation. Clubs. There really aren't any that interest me. Besides, most of them would probably be way too demanding for me to deal with. I guess I have no choice but to start with the anime club. Darktimer? Monica? Oh my goodness, I totally didn't expect to see you here. It's been a while, right? Aha. Yeah, it has. Monica smiles sweetly. We do know each other. Well, we rarely talk, but we're in the same class last year. Monica is probably the most popular girl in class. Smart, beautiful, athletic, basically completely out of my league. So having her smile at me so genuinely feels a little... What did you come here for? What did you come in here for anyway? Oh, I've been looking for some supplies to use for my club. Do you know if there's any construction paper in here? Or markers? I guess you could check the closet. You're in the debate club, right? How about that? I actually quit the debate club. Really? You quit? Yeah. To be honest, I can't stand all the politics around the major club. It feels like nothing but arguing about the budget and publicity and how to prepare for events. And I'd much rather take something I personally enjoy and make something special out of it. In that case, what club did you decide to join? Actually, I'm starting a new one. A literature club. Literature? That sounds kind of dull. How many members do you have so far? It's kind of embarrassing, but there are only 3 of us so far. It's really hard to find new members for something that sounds so boring. Well, I can see that. It's really not boring at all, you know. Literature can be anything: reading, writing, poetry. I mean, one of my members even keeps her manga collection in the club room. Wait, really? Yeah, it's funny, right? She's always insisted that manga is literature too. I mean, she's not wrong, I guess. And besides, a member is a member, right? Did Monica say she? Hey, Darktimer, any chance you're still looking for a club to join? I mean, I guess so, but in that case, is there any chance you would do me a big favor? I won't ask you to join, but if you could at the very least visit my club, it would make me really happy. Please? Well, I guess I have no reason to refuse. Besides, how could I ever refuse someone like Monica? Sure, I guess I could check it out. That's awesome. You're really sweet, Darktimer. You know that? It's nothing really. Shall we go then? I'll look for the materials another time. You're more important. Thus today marks the day I sold my soul to Monica and her irresistible smile. I timidly follow Monica across the school and upstairs. A section of the school I rarely visit, being generally used for third-year classes and activities. Monica, full of energy, swings open the classroom door. I'm back. I brought a guest with me. Girl 1. A guest? Seriously, you brought a boy? Way to kill the atmosphere. Don't be mean, Natsuki. But anyways, welcome to the club, Darktimer. All words escape me in this situation. This club is full of incredibly cute girls. So let me guess. You're Monica's boyfriend, right? What? No, I'm not. Natsuki, the girl with the sour attitude, whose name who is apparently Natsuki, is the one I don't recognize. Her small figure makes me think she's probably a first year. Anyway, this is Natsuki, energetic as usual. And this is Yuri, the vice president. It's nice to meet you. Yuri, who appears comparably more mature and timid, seems to have a hard time keeping up with someone like Natsuki. Yeah, it's nice to meet both of you. So I ran into Darktimer in the classroom and he decided to come check out the club. Isn't that great? Wait, Monica, didn't I tell you to let me know in advance before you brought someone new? I was going to, well, you know. Sorry, I didn't forget that, I just happened to run into him. In that case, I should make some tea, right? Yeah, that would be great. Why don't you come sit down, Darktimer? Okay. Girls have a few desks arranged to form a table. Yuri walks to the corner of the room and opens a closet. Meanwhile, Monica and Natsuki sit across from each other. Still feeling awkward, I take a seat next to Monica. So, I know you didn't really plan on coming here, but we'll make sure you feel right at home, okay? As president of the Literature Club, it's my duty to make the club fun and exciting for everyone. I'm surprised there aren't more people in the club yet. It must be hard to start a new club. You could put it that way. Not many people are very interested in putting out all the efforts to start something brand new, especially when it's something that doesn't grab your attention like literature. You have to work hard to convince people that you're both fun and worthwhile. Why do I have a feeling Monica's a bad guy? Anyways, but it makes school events like the festival that much more important. I'm confident that we can all really grow this club before we graduate. Right, Natsuki? Well, I guess. Natsuki reluctantly agrees. Such different girls, all interested in the same goal. Monica must have worked really hard just to find these two. Yuri returns to the table carrying the tea set. She carefully places a teacup in front of each of us before setting down the teapot in the middle. You keep a whole tea set in this classroom? Don't worry, the teacher gives us permission. After all, doesn't a hot cup of tea help you enjoy a good book? I guess. Don't let yourself get intimidated. Yuri's just trying to impress you. That's not... Insulted, Yuri looks away. I meant that, you know, I believe you. Well, tea and reading might not be a pastime for me, but at least I enjoy tea. I'm glad. Yuri faintly smiles to herself in relief. So, Darktimer, what kinds of things do you like to read? Well, considering how little I've read these past few years, I don't have a good way of answering that. Manga? I mutter quietly to myself, half joking. Natsuki's head suddenly perks up. Looks like she wants to say something, but she keeps quiet. Not much of a reader, I guess. Well, that can change. What am I saying? I spoke without thinking after seeing Yuri's sad smile. Anyways, what about you, Yuri? Well, let's see. Yuri traces the rim of her teacup with her finger. My favorites are usually novels that build deep and complex fantasy worlds. The level of creativity and craftsmanship behind this is amazing to me. And telling a good story in such a foreign world is equally impressive. Yuri goes on, clearly passionate about her reading. She seems so reserved and timid since the moment I walked in, but it's obvious by the way her eyes light up that she finds her comfort in the world of books, not people. But you know, I like a lot of things. Stories with deep psychological elements usually immerse me as well. Isn't it amazing how a writer can so deliberately take advantage of your own track of imagination and completely throw you for a loop? Anyway, I've been reading a lot of horror lately. I read a horror book once. Despite I desperately grasp something I can relate to at a minimal level. At this rate, Yuri might as well be having a conversation with a rock. I'd expect that from you, Yuri. It suits your personality. Oh, is that so? Really? If a story makes me think, or takes me to another world, then I really can't put it down. Surreal horror is often very successful at changing the way you look at the world, if only for a brief moment. I hate horror. Oh, why is that? Well, Natsuki's eyes dart over to me for a split second. Never mind. That's right, you usually like to write about cute things, don't you, Natsuki? What? What gives you that idea? You left a piece of scrap paper behind last club meeting. It looked like you were working on a poem called Don't Say It Out Loud. Give me that back. Fine. Natsuki, you write your own poems? Well, sometimes. Why do you care? I think that's impressive. Why don't you share them sometime? No. Natsuki averts her eyes. You wouldn't like them. Not a very confident writer yet, huh? I understand how Natsuki feels. Sharing that level of writing takes more than just confidence. It's the truest form of writing is writing to oneself. You must be willing to open up your readers, exposing your vulnerabilities, and showing even the deepest reaches of your heart. Do you have a writing experience too, Yuri? Maybe if you share some of your work, you can set an example and help Natsuki feel comfortable through her to share hers. I guess that's the same for Yuri. We all sit in silence for a moment. Hey, I just got an idea. How about this? Natsuki and Yuri look quizzically at Monika. Let's all go home and write a poem of our own. The next time we meet, we all share the poem with each other. That way, everyone is even. I thought that was a good idea. Well, I think you're right, Monika. We should probably start finding activities for all of us to do to participate in together. I did decide to take on the responsibility of vice president after all. I need to do my best to nurture the club as well as its members. Besides, now that we have a new member, it seems like a good step for us to take. Do you agree as well with us? Hold on, there's still one problem. What's that? Now that we've reached the most important topic, I bluntly come forth with what's been on my mind this entire time. Excuse me. I never said I would join this club. Monika may have convinced me to stop by, but I never made any decision. I still have other clubs to look at, and I lost my train of thought. Our three girls stare back at me with dejected eyes, but I'm sorry, I thought, The girls exchange a glance before Monika turns back to me. I guess I need to tell you the truth, Darktimer. Thing is, we don't have enough members yet to form an official club. We need 4. I've been trying really hard to find new members, and if we don't find one more before the festival, I'm defenseless against these girls. How am I supposed to make a clear-headed decision when it's like this? I would feel terrible for letting everyone down in this situation, and besides, the club itself seems pretty relaxed. So if writing poems is the price to pay in order to spend every day with these beautiful girls, right, okay, I decided then. I'll join the literature club. One by one, the girls' eyes light up. Oh my goodness, really? You really mean that, Darktimer? Yeah, it could be fun, right? You really did scare me for a moment. I mean, if you really just left after all this, I would be super pissed. Darktimer, I'm so happy. We could become an official club now. Thank you so much for this. You're really amazing. I'll do everything I can to give you a great time, okay? Thanks, I guess. Okay, everyone. I think with that, we can officially end today's meeting on a good note. Everyone remember tonight's assignment. Write a poem to bring to the next meeting so we can all share. Monica looks over at me once more. Darktimer, I look forward to seeing how you express yourself. Yeah. Can I really impress the class star like Monica with my mediocre writing skills? I already feel anxiety welling up inside me. Meanwhile, the girls continue to chit-chat as Yuri cleans up the tea set. I guess I'll be on my way then. Okay, I'll see you tomorrow then. I can't wait. With that, I departed the club room to make my way home. The whole way, my mind wanders back and forth between the three girls: Natsuki, Yuri, and of course Monica. Will I really be able to be happy spending every day after school in the literature club? Perhaps I have a chance to grow closer to one of these girls. Alright, I'll just need to make the most of the circumstances, and I'm sure the fortune will find me. I guess that starts with writing a poem tonight. You have unlocked a special poem. Would you like to read it? Sure. Yes? Happy thoughts, oh my god! Oh god. Uncontrollable, uncanny, intellectual, whirlwind, philosophy, incongruent, tenacious, disarray, frightening, misfortune, extreme, horror, unrequited determination, infinite, extraordinary, unending, existence, imagination. I don't know, this game makes me cringe a little bit, I don't know why. Anyways, hi again, Darktimer, glad to see you didn't run away on us. Don't worry, this might be a little strange for me, but at least I keep my word. Well, I'm back at the literature club. I was the last to come in, so everyone else is already hanging out. What the fuck? Thanks for keeping your promise, Darktimer. I hope this isn't too overwhelming of a commitment for you, making you dive headfirst into literature when you're not accustomed to— Ah! Oh, come on. Like he deserves any slack. You already had to be dragged in here by Monica. I don't know if you plan to just come in here and hang out or what, but if you don't take us seriously, then you won't see the end of it. Okay. Just cover the text, why don't you? Natsuki finds herself stuck between saying Monica and manga. Manga is literature. Swiftly defeated, Natsuki plops back into her seat. I'm sorry, Darktimer. Well, I'll make sure to put your comfort first, okay? Yuri shoots Natsuki with a disappointed glance. Anyway, now that you're in the club and all, perhaps you might have an interest in picking up a book to read? Well, I can't really say no either way. Like you said, I'm in this club now. It only feels right for me to do something like that if you ask. Wait, I didn't mean it like that. If you don't really want to, then forget I said anything, I guess. No, it's not that, Yuri. I want to try to be a part of this club, so even if I don't read often, I'd be happy to pick up a book if you wanted me to. Are you sure? I just felt like, well, as vice president and all, that I should help you get started on something that you might like. Yuri reaches into her bag and pulls out a book. I didn't want you to feel left out, so I picked up a book that I thought you might enjoy. It's a short story, but it should keep your attention, even if you don't usually read. And we could, discuss it if you want. How is this girl accidentally being so cute? She even picked the books that she thinks I like, despite me not reading much. Yuri, thank you. I'll definitely read this, and I enthusiastically take the book. Phew. Well, you can read it on your own pace. I look forward to hearing what you think. Now that everyone's settled in, I expect Monica to kick off some scheduled activities for the club. But that doesn't seem to be the case. Yuri's face is already buried in a book. I can't help but notice her intense expression like she's waiting for this chance. Anyways, Natsuki is rummaging around the closet. I'm really curious to talk about Yuri a little bit more. But at the same time, I would feel bad for distracting her from a book. I catch a glimpse of her over the cover of the book. Looks like the same book that she lent to me. More than that, she seems to be on the first few pages. Crap. I think she noticed me looking at her. She sneaks another glance at me and our eyes meet for a split second. But that only makes her hide her face deeper in the book. Sorry, I was just spacing out. I muttered this, sensing I made her uncomfortable. Oh, it's fine. Well, I was focused, then if I was focused, I probably wouldn't have noticed in the first place. But I'm just rereading a bit of this, so... That's the book you gave me, right? Mm-hmm. I just wanted to reread some of it. Not for any particular reason, just curious how come you have 2 copies of the same book? Well, when I stopped at the bookstore yesterday, that's not what I meant. I mean, I just happened to buy 2 of them. I see. There's something fairly obvious here that Yuri isn't telling me, but I decided to let it go. I'll definitely start reading it soon. I'm glad to hear it. Once it starts to pick up, you might have a hard time putting it down. It's a very engaging and relatable story. Is that so? What's the story about anyway? Well, look at the cover of the book. The book is titled The Portrait of Markov. There's an ominous-looking eye symbol on the front cover. Basically, it's about this religious camp that was turned into a human experiment prison, and the people trapped there have this trait that turns them to killing machines that lust for blood. But the facility gets even worse, and they start selectively breeding people by cutting off their limbs and affixing them to... Oh, that might be a little bit of a spoiler. But anyways, I'm really into it. The book, I mean. Not the thing about the limbs. It's kind of dark, isn't it? Yuri made it sound like it was going to be a nice story, so that dark turn came from nowhere. You're not a fan of that sort of thing, are you, Darktimer? No, that's not it. I mean, I could definitely enjoy those kinds of stories, so don't worry. I hope so. Yeah, I totally forgot that Yuri's into those things. So she's so shy, reclusive on the outside, but her mind seems to be completely different. It's just that this kind of story, the kind that challenges you to look at life from a strange new perspective. When horrible things happen, not just because someone wants to be evil, but because the world is full of horrible people and we're all worthless anyway, then suddenly... I'm rambling, aren't I? Not again. I'm sorry. Hey, don't apologize. I haven't lost interest or anything. Well, I guess it's alright then. I feel like I should let you know that I have this problem. When I let things like books and writing fill my thoughts, my whole body gets incredible. I kind of forget to pay attention to other people. Okay, I'm actually going to save my game here. And that's going to do it for this video. I would record further tonight, but it's getting late and I do have to go to bed. I have to edit this and whatnot and get it up for tomorrow morning. But this is getting weird and a little on the creepy side. The thing is, I love horror games. I mean, hell, I've been up until right before I restarted the Dragon Age trilogy again, I've been playing the crap out of the Resident Evil 2 remake. And that right there is giving my friends the willies, and I'm just running through it like F you zombies, but this game right here is weirding me out. But anyways, I thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. Share this video with your friends. It'll help my channel grow. But until tomorrow, bye.